that we need to improve in. We played 3 conference games. All 3 have gone down to the last possession, all 3 of them. So critical that we, dramatically improve our ability to handle the ball and make good decisions and not turn the ball over.
First question, Russ Wood. Go ahead, Russ.
Coach, what was supposed to happen on that final possession for you guys?
Dave, we were going to have either Dave or Caleb with the ball in their hands, but they went to the trap again. They trapped David. He made a really good decision, got the ball to Caleb almost in an isolation at the free throw line. And we wanted to take the ball to the basket. We didn't have because of their trap, we didn't have the spacing for a potential kick out on that one. But at the same time, you want to get the ball in David's hands or Caleb's hands in that. We're going to obviously, try to attack the basket with some guys on the perimeter. So if they overhelp, we were able to kick it back out. But they blew it up. Give them credit. They blew it up with a hard trap on David right away. And then we were able to, David made a good play on that one to get Caleb the ball out of the trap.
And my apologies if I missed you saying this, but what's the situation with Alexis on TV? They announced it as a lower leg strain. How long do you anticipate him being out?
Not too long. Not too long. I think, I think it was more precautionary today from the doctors, just felt it would be best. And it has nothing to do with his previous injury at all. Nothing. Completely different spot on the lower leg. More precautionary that because it happened 48 hours ago, to have a couple days of getting his body back would be the best thing for Lex. And obviously he was disappointed because he wanted to play. But, in those situations, you have to defer to what the doctor thinks is best. We'll get him on the rehab and all that stuff tomorrow, and we'll see if he's ready to go for this weekend.
Thank you.
Yep.
Will Turner, go ahead, Will.
Brian, obviously a lot of, talk about their new offense, the whole Lions set, everything that they were doing offensively, what kind of threw things off, where obviously they probably did a lot of different things on film than what you guys saw, but just how prepared were you for that coming into this game?
I would highly doubt that they only had 6 points off of turnovers tonight, according to these stats. Or is just this is just the first half. I don't have the total stats. How many points off of turnovers did they have?
It was
25.
25. Yep. 25.
25. How many total points did they score?
58.
So their half court offense wasn't that wasn't the reason. They ran a couple new things and got a couple baskets off it, but I thought our half court defense was really, really good. Again, you take away some of those transition baskets and they probably shot in the 30% against the half court offense. So I thought we were good defensively. I thought we were, pretty good on the defensive glass as well. Again, Mike with a double figure rebounding night for us. I thought Russell, as I said, came in and really helped us in that as well. I thought half court defensively, we were pretty good. They scored half their points off our turnovers, and there's no defense for that. And that's the challenge. What we have to do, as I said on the radio a second ago, our 2 areas on defense that we have to improve in is 1, our offense. We have to take care of the ball. And then 2, there are situations where we just need to be solid in our defensive approach. We can't gamble. We can't play for steals because what it does do is it puts us in a difficult situation with the other guys that are out there. 2 years ago, we were a team that played for steals because we had that personnel was built for that kind of gambling type defense. And even I've talked, 2 years ago, talked quite a bit about giving those guys more freedom to do that. We're not built for that. So we have to get down to being a little more disciplined in our approach, because when we do gamble, if we don't get it, it really puts our half-court defense in a tough spot.
And Alex Lomax is a guy that you've seen a lot of over the last, 3 seasons. He's, only scored 5 points, but had 3 steals and was really, really active. Just how valuable is he to this team to this Memphis team off the bench?
Well, I've always said I thought he's the heart and soul of the team. And his defensive pressure turned the game around. I think he got the first steal when we were up 10 or 12, where he came from behind, got the steal, and I think they got an and one on the other end, which cut it to 9. And then we took a bad shot, and then they hit a 3 in transition to cut it to 6 and call the timeout. So that, and then his defensive pressure gets them going. He's a very physical defender. A lot of physicality on the ball, and you got to be strong with it and tough with it. And if you get by him, he's one of those guys, very similar to LaQuincy. He doesn't give up on the play. So now he rats it out from the back. He puts heat on you from the backside, even if you go by him. So you got to make really good decisions. And for a 6 minute stretch, we didn't do that.
Russ Wood, go ahead.
Coach, you're up 12 with 9:59 to play. And from that point on, 9 turnovers and just 9 shot attempts. Was that Memphis's defense, bad decision-making by your players? What happened down the stretch?
Well, I think obviously a combination of those two. They put you in a position where you're not going to be able to get into an alignment offensively. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to run set actions or whatever, because they go from one trap to another trap to another trap. And with their length and their quickness and athletic ability, they're very, very good in that. And when they're desperate, they're even better in it. Now, you gotta get a couple calls. You know what I mean? You got to get a couple calls on some of the things that happen, but you got to be stronger with the ball, because if you're not strong, then you probably don't deserve the call. So we made some bad decisions, maybe a couple bad shots. I thought there was 2 quick ones in there, a 3 and then a shot in the corner. But when you get it, you can't hold it. You got to get rid of it. So, again, I think it's just an area that we, as I said, it's hard to simulate in practice. But we got to do some stuff in terms of keeping our poise in those situations, and being able to make better decisions. Because as you said, Russ, if they're scrambling around like that, you got to get shots up on the rim. Because if you don't get a shot up on the rim, you can't rebound. And that's our rebounding numbers offensively were low today. Due to the fact that there was so many possessions, we didn't get shots up on the rim, 17 of them, and it was because of their 3/4 court kind of pester. It was a slower paced game, very physical game. And it's just something that, the younger guards, obviously haven't been through that. But the veteran guards have, and we need everybody to do a better job. I think all 17 turnovers today were from our 1, 2s, and 3s, and it's just something that we gotta continue to get better at.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much, Coach. That's everything.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Safe travels back to Tampa.
Yeah. See ya.